Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Today we're doing a playthrough of Pokemon Crystal with Quagsire. This is an optimized playthrough. We played through last week as Wooper. We can go check it out if you want to, but we're going to go and watch this first encounter with a Sentret. We named our Pokemon Quags. Giggity. Alright. And we're going to go and knock out the Sentret. Pretty easy. We're going to move right on to our rival. He is equipped with a Chikorita. Chikorita was the best Pokemon to choose. We are 4 times weak to grass. It's literally our only weakness is grass-type Pokemon. So in this battle, it's not a problem because he doesn't have a grass move yet, but he will become problematic. We get a 3-hit on him with Body Slam, and I'll explain why we have Body Slam here in just a second. So this is an optimized playthrough. In an optimized playthrough, we have 2 things we do with optimized playthroughs. One, we start out fully evolved, so we don't have to worry about evolution or anything like that. Maxed out stats and everything for this battle. The second thing is we can grab an egg move and or an event move if they are available, and add it to this Pokemon's roster. So for example, this Pokemon had access to either Body Slam or Ancient Power. Although Ancient Power would be great for this battle because it's all flying type Pokemon and in this gym I should say, it's not good long term. There is some benefit to it, but I just thought Body Slam is a better move overall. It's more powerful, it can actually cause paralysis, it never misses, and it's just more powerful overall, so I thought that would speed up the early game, which in my opinion it does. So here's our battle with Falkner. Falkner comes out with a Pidgey. We're going to 2-shot with a combination of Body Slam and Water Gun. And Pidgey gets paralyzed, so he doesn't get a chance to hit us at all. We're going to go ahead and go for Body Slam on the Pidgeotto. He's not doing that much damage. It's about 6 damage. And same thing happens. We paralyze him. So Falkner ends up being a very easy battle. We get the Zephyr badge. We also get access to a move called Mud Shot. Or, is it Mud Shot? Mud Shot? No, it's Slap. There we go. I've been playing too much of Generation 3 lately. So we move on to Bugsy, and we're moving at a pretty good pace. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Not 12 hours. I've not been playing this for 12 hours. And we're going to Body Slam the Metapod, so get the knockout. Very good. Kakuna's going to come out. And we're going to get a 1-shot on the Kakuna. Very good. And Skyther's going to come out. And regardless of whatever Skyther does, he's really not going to do much to us. He's not going to accumulate enough damage with Fury Cut or Quick Attack's not going to do anything. We have very good defense to this Pokemon. So we get a very easy win over Bugsy. We move right on to what should be the hardest rival battle of the game, which is rival number 2. And he's going to come out with a Ghastly. Now, we did also add Mud Slap. So Mud Slap will be super effective here. It's going to pretty much one-shot and obliterate Ghastly. So we don't have to worry about Ghastly pulling any shenanigans. And in Bayleaf, we're 4 times weak to Bayleaf. So I don't know if you can see this, but Razor Leaf is 330 base power right now. So we knock out Bayleaf with a 2-shot, thank goodness, because if we did not knock out 2-shot, it was going to knock us out next turn. But we get a very quick, very easy win over our second rival. I'm going to move right on to the Forest, where we're going to pick up some new move. We're going to pick up Headbutt, so we're going to upgrade there. It's not really a long-term solution because we're going to replace that pretty much immediately with Return. But Headbutt is still very useful. It makes so we have more power points. We don't have to go back and heal as often. So that's the first move we're going to add. And then we're going to go up to Union Park, or National Park, I'm sorry. And National Park is going to give us, this lady here is going to give us a Quick Claw. Quick Claw will make it so if we don't outspeed something, this will give a random chance that we outspeed. It's not exactly something we can control, but it's something that could be useful in some battles in a pinch. And we're also going to upgrade our moveset here. We've already added Ice Punch in place of Water Gun. Now, Water Gun, not having a water move is going to be fixed here in a couple minutes, because we're going to get access to Surf. But we're going to add Dig, so we have a Stab ground move. That's 90 base power with Stab. It's 60 usually, but it's Stab, so it's 90. And now we're going to go and have Return over Headbutt. There's a couple battles between where we got Headbutt and there that, we could have used Headbutt because we go first. But now we're going to face Whitney. Whitney's not a problem at all. Whitney's not a problem at all. We can just, any of these physical moves will do pretty good against Whitney. And then Dig is actually pretty good as well. And we knock out Clefairy in 2 shots. Miltank, we're just going to go ahead and go for Body Slam. It's about a third. Paralysis is going to stop it from going first. Dig is going to be a 3-shot. Very good. And we get a very easy win over Whitney. She's not usually, she sometimes can be a problem, and she was a problem when I was a kid, but because we're prepared for her, we are able to work around her. So far we're going very fast paced. We're under 23 minutes, 22 seconds. Now we're facing Sudowoodo, the tree rock thing, and Dig is going to one-shot it. It's 180 base power against it. It's super effective. And we're going to move right on from Sudowoodo to the Komodo girls. Now, this is an opportunity I like to take during every video to talk about the channel a little bit. So since you're watching this, I hope you enjoy it. Hit that like button. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. They're really good for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're really enjoying this content and you want to come back and watch our next video, which if you know the Pokédex, you know the next video. It's going to be an Espeon. You can subscribe and you'll get notified and hit the notification bell and you'll get notified as soon as I have another video about to come out. So yeah, let me know. And comment down below. All those things help the YouTube algorithm. It does require some engagement, and it's not like other platforms out there, but this requires like comments, likes, even subscriptions to get it out to more people. We got to the point where this is actually using the software helping me streamline this a little bit, so I can do the editing and the voiceover a lot quicker. Before I had to do a lot more editing because I didn't have all these things showcasing, but now all these things are here, they're available. And this makes my job a lot easier when it comes to making the content and putting it out with a limited amount of time regardless of everything. I do wake up at like 4 in the morning and do this till about 7 in the morning before I go to work. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of what's going on here. So now we're going to face our third rival. A third rival, his team's starting to round out pretty well, but we're pretty much built to just obliterate him. We go for Dig on the Haunter, it's a one-shot. And he's going to send out Bayleaf. We have Ice Punch, so no matter what happens, Ice will be a two-shot with Ice Punch. And he usually just sets up his defense. I don't know why. His AI is not very smart. I'm going to say that. I've said it last video. I've sort of noticed how bad his AI is, because Razor Leaf should be the default move with that Pokemon. Go for broke. You shouldn't be trying to protect the rest of your team. It's pretty cool, I guess. I guess it is kind of smart strategy to dress up for the rest of the team, but you need to try. I have one Pokemon. You just try to knock it out. And now we're going to fall through the floor. And I've never actually shown this. I'm just going to let you see. This is what happens with Silcoon. Now we're progressing on to Morty's Gym. Now in the last playthrough, Morty's Gym gave us a little bit of a problem because we didn't outspeed the Gengar. And Gengar went for Hypnosis, put us to sleep, and used Dream Eater, and just obliterated us with Dream Eater. So hopefully we're going to have much better luck this time. We still have the Quick Claw equipped, so we can try to outspeed. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Surf or Dig will one-shot Ghastly, and Surf or Dig will one-shot the Haunters as well. So those two don't bother me, and we outspeed them both. So both of them are not a problem. The problem is Gengar. We don't outspeed the Gengar, and he can go for Hypnosis, he can go for a lot of things, but he goes for Mean Look, which is great, and Dig will one-shot him. So Morty ends up being like pretty much a non-problem at all. So we're going to move right on to Chuck's gym. Old Chucky Boy. And we didn't exactly have any problems against Chucky Boy, we just have to have a very powerful move. So he's going to come out with Primeape and Poliwrath. Honestly, I like his team. I should play through his team once because I like both of those Pokemon. Primeape comes out. Earthquake's going to be a one-shot. Very good. And that brings out old Poliwrath, one of my favorite Pokemon in the game. We have a Mint Berry equipped just in case he tries to put us to sleep. You got to kind of guess with old Chuck. You got either Mint Berry or Bitter Berry. But we get the pretty easy win. We go talk to Jasmine. We heal the Ampharis, and he flashes us. And we're going to move right on to her gym. Now her gym is still type, and we should obliterate this gym. I actually just yesterday got so I collect Pokemon, those plushy things, and I actually got an Ampharis one yesterday. I found it at GameStop, so I'm very happy about that. And we one-shot the Magnemite. We're going to one-shot the second Magnemite, and we could go for either move right now. If probably one-shot, we're going to go for Surf. Surf's a one-shot, very good. Jasmine, she can be problematic and tricky for some Pokemon, but she was not problematic or tricky for us at all. And we'll move right on to Gyarados. Red Gyarados is hulked out. And now we're going to go ahead and use Return. Return's going to be a two-shot. Knock it out. It's a pretty easy win. And we'll move right on to Price's gym. Now, Price is the Ice Gym leader. And he really doesn't have anything great for us. He can freeze us. That's pretty much the best thing he can do. But we have a very super effective move against all of his Pokemon. So we have Earthquake to take out the Seal. Dugong is part Ice. Earthquake will one-shot it as well. Piloswine is weak to Surf, so 280 base power Surf will knock it out in one go. And we get a very easy win over Price and move right on to our fourth rival battle. It's a second to last rival battle, and he's going to come out with, I believe it's a Golbat. Golbat's going to come out, and Ice Punch is going to obliterate it. Very good. So that's a one-shot knockout. Very good. Moving on to Meganium. Ice Punch will not one-shot the Meganium, but it goes for defense, but it's okay. We have a super effective move, and it shouldn't survive. Well, Sneasel will survive because it's not super weak to Earthquake. Haunter's weak to Earthquake, and so is Magnemite. Magnemite will go down to a 1 Earthquake, making this a very easy win over our rival. And after this victory, we're going to move right on to Claire's gym. Now Claire is going to come out with some dragon Pokemon, and we have an ice move, and we're just going to obliterate her. We don't even have to equip the Never Melt Ice. Ice Punch is a one-shot. Ice Punch is also a one-shot. We probably could have equipped something, because Quick Claw is not necessary in this battle. We outspeed the Dragonair, and in Kingdra we actually outspeed by 4, so we didn't need to have Quick Claw equipped, but we could have added something, the Soft Sand, to make Earthquake more powerful. Could have been any of those things could have happened. And now we're going to move on to our final rival battle of this game. The final rival battle is going to come out with the Sneasel. Now we're going to be able to one-shot Sneasel because he's not setting up a Reflect, making it so our moves are diminished. Ice Punch is a 2-shot. Does do about 40% damage with that Razor Leaf, but Ice Punch is a 1-shot on the Golbat as well. Alakazam, 1-shot with Earthquake, very good. Magneton, 1-shot as well. And there's one more Pokemon, which will be 1-shot. Very good. Very convincing win over our rival. We don't have to worry about our rival anymore in this game. So now we're at the Pokemon League at the Indigo Plateau. And we're going to go and heal up our Pokemon. And we're going to go deposit our 3 Pokemon into the computer. Now, we're way ahead of time, what we're supposed to be. The goal was try to get it under an hour, and I don't think we're going to hit that right now. We're not going to get this under an hour, as much as I wish we could. There's certain damage rounds we had to get to, and that's why we're not going to get under an hour. We're going to buy our four full restores and move right on. Now, before we take on the Elite Four, we're going to go ahead and look at our stats and our moveset real quick before we go in. So the moveset for this Pokemon is as follows. We have the Quick Claw equipped. We also have the Pink Bow we can use. We also have the Soft Sand if we want to boost up our Earthquake. We also have, what's the other one we have? We also have Never Melt Ice if we want to boost up our ice moves. But our moves are Surf, Return, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. Pretty much going to have this moveset the rest of the game. We're going to substitute out Ice Punch for Ice Beam. And then eventually we're probably going to get rid of Return and have Dynamic Punch. So we have something with Snorlax later. And the Quick Claw will make us go first if we get an opportunity. So our stats are as follows. Attack is 135, Defense is 135, Special Attack is 114, and Special Defense is 114 with our Speed being 83. Now, I've done this in like 4 videos now. It's not applying our badge boost. That's why the stats on the left side underneath where it says Water and Ground are, they're different. The little shape around it is showing that it has a badge boosting it. So that's our stats right now. So let's go ahead and go through the Elite Four. The first member of the Elite Four is going to be Will. Will is a Psychic Trainer, and he's going to lead with a Xatu. He's not that difficult. We were a lot higher level in the first playthrough, so this battle was a little more obsolete. But Ice Punch is a 1-shot in the first Xatu. Executor comes out. It's a 1-shot on the Executor. Jinx comes out. All we need is a good physical move. We do take a Psychic. We knock her out with one good physical move. Earthquake, 2-shot to Slowbro. Very good. And so there's just 1 Pokemon left. As long as we go first, it's a very easy win. We don't go first, but we do get confused. Hopefully we don't do too much damage to ourselves, and we get the knockout. Not an easy win by no stretch, but a win nonetheless. Pretty convincing win. And we move right on to Koga. He is the Poison Specialist, which actually most of his team is like Bug type. And he's going to come out with an Ariados. Ariados is weak to Earthquake, so 1-shot. Very good. And he's going to come out with Venomoth. We're going to do for 1-shot on Earthquake. Very good. Fortress comes out and go for Surf. Surf will be a 2-shot. Very good. And that leaves 2 Pokemon left. Crobat. Ice Punch will do a pretty good amount of to Crobat once we hit it. Very good. It'll be a 2-shot. He's always going to go for Full Restore. I need to start doing a strategy where I don't do like more than half health or something. So maybe go for Return instead of Ice Punch might be a future strategy I consider. And an Earthquake will 1-shot the Muck. Very easy win. Very easy battle with Koga. Very, very few hiccups in that battle. So now we're going to move on right on to Bruno. Bruno, we don't talk about him very much, but in this battle, we are going to obliterate Bruno. Go for Earthquake on Hitmontop. It's a 1-shot. Very good. Hitmonlee. Earthquake is a 1-shot. Very good. Hitmonchan is a 1-shot, I think. Yep, very good. Now, Hitmonchamp is going to come on. No, I'm just kidding. Machamp. I think Hitmonchamp might be a great Pokemon to have. In the future, they should make one. If they make it, I get credit for it. But we 1-shot the Onix with Surf, and we move right on to Karen. Now, Karen's where we're going to have hiccups. She's the only play. We have no resets up to this point. I think we accumulate 1 or 2 here. So we go first, we go first. So Earthquake might be a 2-shot, and it's the accuracy that we get done to us right here is just abysmal. And we're going for Ice Punch. It's not a one-shot on Vileplume. Vileplume is very bulky. We really need that to be a one-shot, but it's not. And we get paralyzed, and we really should just do a reset right here to save us some time. But, yep, there we go. We go for a reset, and we're going to go back to starting this battle over again. We equip the Soft Sand for the attempt to potentially get an Earthquake to be a one-shot. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. We might have to equip the Never Melt Ice, because Vileplume is just being problematic. And we have our accuracy lowered, and now we're stunned. So now we're confused and paralyzed, and we beat Vileplume. That's not a problem, but we also miss on the Murkrow, and our health gets pretty low. And I'm pretty certain we're just not going to go to the next battle with this, because we're not going to be able to knock him out. So we get knocked out by Crunch. So we have 2 resets with Karen so far. Let's see if we can progress beyond this. Earthquake. I'm really hoping for I'd rather be confused right here, because at least we still have a chance to not lose our accuracy, but it's not happening. We're going to go for Ice Punch. Very good. Almost a one-shot. Not quite there. We're paralyzed again. This is awesome. And we're going to restart again. So there's 5 resets we get out of this. And I think this is the one that actually works. Earthquake. It's going to be a 2-shot. Nope. We get confused. Nope. That's not what's happening. We use the, I thought we were going to get paralyzed. So we have the Paralyzed Cure Berry equipped now. So that if Vileplume attempts to paralyze us, we can just use the berry. Just hit it. Please. There we go. I think we're fine as long as we got by without being paralyzed. Ice Punch will one-shot the Murkrow. Earthquake will one-shot the next 2 Pokemon. Earthquake will one-shot Houndoom. Very good. And it will one-shot Gengar. As long as we can hit it. Very good. This is quite a battle. We got 5 total resets just with Karen. So this shows how problematic Karen can be. And we beat that on the first attempt last time. So you got to see how lucky that battle was. But now we're facing Lance and the Liar with the Flyers, and he's not going to be a problem. Once we get through the Gyarados, we're pretty much going to sweep this whole team. Ice Punch will be a one-shot on all the Dragonites, even the level 51. Level 47 one goes down in one shot. The level 51, same thing, goes down in one shot. So now the next 2 Pokemon are both weak to Surf. And so we're going to one-shot both of them with Surf. Well, we don't get flinched. We got flinched by Rock Slide. But we get the one-shot on the Aerodactyl, and we're also going to get the one-shot on Charizard, and he slashed us. It really doesn't do anything to us. We beat Lance. We win the championship. Now we're just going to have to be put in the Hall of Fame. So we're clicking, and we're trying to get to the point where we get there. There's Wooper. Or I'm sorry, yep, there's Quagsire, and now we're going to compare this to our time before. So our time that we had in the last playthrough was 1 hour and 23 minutes and 13. It's not a bad Pokemon, so we didn't save a lot of time. It's not even 20 minutes. I think the Karen hiccup is what the problem was. But we were just more prepared for things. We actually ended at the same exact level. That's actually very surprising to me. Same exact level. Our stats are pretty similar. I swapped the stats around, so that's why they're different. So, same exact stats, same exact everything. But we were just optimize our time a little bit better. Could I get this done in under an hour? Sure. I think if you don't train as much, you could probably get everything else done except for Karen's going to be the problem, because you just have no way to one-shot it. Now, in the other playthrough, here's how crazy the timer was on the other playthrough. On the other playthrough, the original playthrough, we one-shot Karen. We one-shot the Umbreon with Earthquake. We got a critical hit. So that's why that one just went a lot faster. But that's where we're at right now, and we're going to move right on to Kanto. Kanto is going to be pretty fun, but we're going to try to fly through Kanto as fast as possible and see how much better we're going to make this time. I'll see you guys in Kanto. Now, to get to Kanto, we do have to take a little boat ride on the SS Aqua, so we're going to get right on the SSS Aqua. We're going to get right off the SSS Aqua. I keep saying that 100 times fast. It's really hard to say. But we're going to take Lieutenant Surge on, and I'm not really going to talk about these battles. These battles are pretty inconsequential. What I do want to talk about is a little bit of what's going on with this Pokemon. So, most Pokemon, when you play through and then you do an optimized playthrough, the optimized playthrough is you want to cut out things you don't need. Well, that's not quite the case with this Pokemon. As you saw, if you saw the first one, we know where our trouble is going to lie when it comes to fighting Red. Is we're not going to outspeed his one Pokemon that has like a super effective move against us. The one thing we're weak to is Grass, and the most powerful Grass move in the game happens to be Solar Beam. So if he hits a Solar Beam, it's going to one-shot us, which is what happened. It happened like 20 times in the previous playthrough. We had 20 resets in a row because Quick Claw would not activate. So in this playthrough, we're going to be like, well, Quick Claw is not a reliable strategy, so let's do something different. So we're not going to use Quick Claw. We're going to make sure we level up enough that we can go first against the Venusaur. We don't go first against other things. It's not that big a deal because other things don't have a shot that's going to one-shot us from full health to nothing. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is other Pokemon are not. We're too bulky for other Pokemon to really have too much of an impact on us, other than like lowering our stats or things like that, or lowering our accuracy, which has mainly been the problem with this Pokemon. Is we either things. We don't want speed, and we have a status condition, or we lose our accuracy, things like that. That's really the only problem we have with this Pokemon. And in this case, most optimized playthroughs, like I said, we want to get to a lower level and try to beat the game and do it faster. Well, in this case, we've already saved some time, so that's good. And to make it so we don't have 20 resets, we're not going to rely on Quick Claw. We're going to level ourselves up to level 82 so that we can outspeed the Venusaur, so the battle becomes way more inconsequential and way more reliable and replicable. That's what we want. We don't want to... I've had some playthroughs where there's been lucky wins. I'll give an example. Sudowoodo, I think first try victory, the red. And then in the optimized playthrough where I added a move that was stab and great for the late game, I think we had about 5 to 10 resets because, like I said, it's a lucky battle. When we lucked into the first one, and in the second one, we did not have the same outcome. Didn't have the same luck, so to speak. So yeah, that's what Pokemon is, man. It's a lot of numbers. It's RNG, what they call it, random number generation. Sometimes you get the ranges, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get the luck, sometimes you don't. Sometimes the computer gets the luck. But it is what it is. But that's what's going on with this Pokemon. So right now we're trying to get close to like level 82 or 72 because we have 10 rare candies, and we use those 10 rare candies, we'll get us up to 82, and then we'll outspeed the opposition when it comes to red. So that's what we're doing right now. Most Pokemon, you don't have to do that. Some Pokemon you just maybe have a better move at the end of the game. Like my next Pokemon, I've done a little research on the next Pokemon I'm playing. It's Espeon, and with Espeon, I don't think the level we're at the end of the game is going to matter. I think what's going to matter is, do we have the right moves to take out whatever we need to take out, and it's going to be a little bit of RNG. Because I'm looking at the moveset, and it has access to Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon is a luck-based move. It is a real flip of the coin whether that thing's going to hit. Just like with this Pokemon, it's a real flip of the coin whether Dynamic Punch will hit. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this battle with Red. It's actually a pretty easy battle, and it could have been a lot easier too. So we one-shot the Pidgeot, we one-shot the Executor, and we go for Earthquake on Alakazam. It's not a one-shot, but we get the two-shot on it. It recovers, but we get a two-shot. We have leftovers equipped. We could have equipped something else to make the battle a little bit more consistent. I think one of them got a Reflect up, so we're not doing like full damage to the Gyarados with Return, and Reflect just faded. So yeah, that's what happened. So Ice Beam, and a combination of Ice Beam and Return will get the knockout. Now we have 2 Pokemon left. We should have just gone for Surf. I don't know why we went for Earthquake, but we went for Earthquake. It's going to be a one-shot regardless on both Pokemon. But Surf would have been a little more reliable because it is more powerful. You don't have to rely on maybe like a bad roll. But we get to level 70. Now we grind a little bit, and we get up there to Red, and now we're going to go ahead and face Red. So Pikachu, we should have just paused right here or reset right here when we hit Charm, because that knocks our attack stat down by 2 stages, and that's pretty much our best stat. Ice Beam is a 2-shot on the Venusaur, but here's the big thing, and I hope you saw this. Our speed on the bottom left corner, 149. And I don't know if you can see it, but if you find where Venusaur's kind of grayed out, its speed is 148. So that is why that makes this battle way more consistent. And now without Quick Claw equipped, we can use leftovers to replenish health. We could have used another item to make a move more powerful. We could have used something to make Dynamic Punch more powerful. Could equip the Soft Sand to make the Earthquake better. There's so many different things it gives us options for, rather than let's rely on this item to make us go first like 10% of the time or something like that. So I didn't do a lot of damage against Espeon there because it reflects up and our attack stats lowered. So we're just going to go again. And as soon as we get hit by Charm, we're just going to restart this battle. There's no point wasting our time trying to get through it with a lowered attack stat. So as long as we can hit Earthquake on the Pikachu, we will one-shot. So that's not a problem. It's going to happen like that every time. Venusaur's going to come out. Like I said, Ice Beam will be a 2-shot. That makes Venusaur pretty much obsolete. And most things we're gonna outspeed except for the Charizard, and we're not gonna outspeed the Espeon. Espeon does about 30% damage with me on the with Psychic, but Earthquake knocks it out. Dynamic Punch sometimes can one-shot the Snorlax, but it confuses the Snorlax, so it can't set up or it can't hit me. Either one of those. Earthquake will be the second attack that knocks out the Snorlax. Earthquake will be a 2-shot on the Blastoise. And now we have one Pokemon left. We just gotta go for Surf. And Surf will obliterate Charizard. Even if it survives, we're not gonna get knocked out next turn. So that's the knockout of Red. So here's the big difference between Red. That's a 30-minute jump. 29 minutes actually, to be exact. In like 2 seconds. Jump between the original playthrough and this one. Look how many resets. 25. 20 of them came in this battle. I probably missed 1 or 2 to be honest. But a lot of resets happen in this battle. Okay? Whereas with Red, we had 2 false starts, so we got charmed twice. And could I get this done in 1 hour and 30 minutes? Sure. But when you start getting done in 1 hour and 30 minutes, you're starting to get to the point where we can't be level 82 and get this done in 1 hour and 30 minutes. We can't. Unless we code in rare candies, it's not going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen is we got to outspeed the Venusaur. The Venusaur will one-shot us every time. Unless we get a quick claw activation and then the rest of the battle has to go perfect, it's just not going to work that way. But I'm very happy with these results. Whenever you play through with a Pokemon, and Quagsire, or Wooper/Quagsire is one of my favorite Pokemon Generation 2. Whenever you play through with a Pokemon you like to see it do well. 2 hours and 2 minutes wasn't nothing to like sneeze at. It did do pretty well. There is a lot of resets in that, which took a lot of time. But in the optimized playthrough, we were able to knock out almost 30 minutes of time. I really want to get this under around 30 minutes, but it's just not feasible if you want to have a consistent win against Red. You saw this. That was a 3rd attempt against Red, and we beat him pretty convincingly. We still have more than half our health, and we got through the 2 things that were problematic, which was the Venusaur, and usually the Snorlax is problematic because he can paralyze us and things like that. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is JD's Nerdverse. I hope you enjoyed this video. The video next week will be, the playthrough next week I should say, will be Espeon. I'm very excited for Espeon. It has great stats. It has a lot of good things going for it. But that's it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.